Welcome everyone to Yoga Therapy Wednesdays. Class is funded by HR Wellness, so very grateful for that. So thank you to Louise and Vanessa and all the people who are involved with that. I much appreciate it. So if you could just find your feet. Today we're going to be working with the legs, the feet, the knees, the lower back, upper back, lots of things. So just start by exhaling, bending knees and looking down at the feet. And inhale, let's open up the upper back. Exhale, if you want to cross your hands and touch opposite hips. And inhale, bring your arms up. Now play with whether having the hands facing up or down feels better for your neck and shoulders. I've been kind of experimenting with that. Someone else joining us, keep that going. There's David. All right, so just keeping that going. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, grounding down. When you're grounding down, make sure the knees are tracking over the second toes. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's bring the arms to the sides all the way up. Inhale. Maybe arch the spine if this feels good. If you've got shoulder injuries, you might come lower with your arms, so feel free to do that. And exhale through the center. If you like, imagine waters flowing down all the way to your feet. And inhale, filling up with new energy. I like to visualize the sun shining, especially on days when it's not, when you can't see it. It's good to visualize it. And exhale, visualizing water flowing down from the top of the head all the way down to the feet, bending the knees, tracking over those second toes. Get this going. And just finding your breath. Start with the exhale. Try to lengthen that exhale, draw the belly in. And inhale, expand the belly. If you can, expand the chest as well. You can make a ha sound if you like. It can be really helpful on a day your breath is a little less smooth, a little shorter, to add some sound. And keep that going. I'm just going to actually make sure you're all muted. Let's keep that going. There we go. All right. And just finishing up, hands at the heart. Maybe you have an intention for your class today. May I feel grounded. May I feel at peace. May I take time out of my day to move and embody and get out of my head into my body breath. Whatever it is, bring that to the present. And we're going to keep going. Inhale, coming up. If you can, onto your toes, if that feels good. Otherwise, just leave your heels down. And exhale. Let's bring the arms down by the sides and look at the feet as you come down. It's that movement of the head up and down can be really nice for the neck and shoulders. You might be able to look up as you come up, but a little hard when you're balancing. So looking forward perhaps, or slightly down, exhale. Inhale, radiating like the sun. And exhale, grounding. And last time. And maybe staying at the top. You can interlock the fingers. You can hold opposite elbows. You can have your arms at the side, whatever works for you. And when you're ready, coming down, that pose is used for focus, balance, attention, concentration. We're gonna have a bit more fun with balances. Inhale, arms up the front. Exhale, bring one leg up and the hands by your hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, other side, contracting from the pelvic floor all the way up to the belly button as you exhale. Inhale, up. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can try straightening the leg. It's a lot harder. So do your best. And I'm going to point my toes as I do this. And this pointing and flexing of the foot actually works with the knees. As you inhale, can you lift up on those kneecaps a bit? And exhale, really stand on one leg. Come to where you can. Draw your hips back so you're not kind of leaning back like that. Keep this going your own timing. And you're always welcome to leave your camera on or off, your choice. If you leave it on, I will look for inspiration from what I see in the room. So that's your choice, of course. And just the last round, exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, and really stand on one leg. You might hear my Ujjayi Pranayama, that yogic breath, constricting the throat. Exhale, hands down. We're going to move to the side now. Inhale, arms coming up. We're working with the legs, the core, the back. Now you might come just here, or you might balance a bit. So these balancing poses are very balancing also for the mind emotions. And they're playful. It's nice to do something perhaps a little outside the norm. You lift that leg as high or as low as you like. See. You might go a little beyond your comfort. That's always good. As my husband always says, if you don't fall when you're skiing, you're not trying hard enough. So sometimes it's good to work a little beyond your comfort. And one more round. It's really working with core strength and stabilizing the hips. This is great for fall resistance during the recent icy weather we had. I'm sure some of you know of people who fell and hurt themselves, so it becomes even more important to have these core stabilizing muscles. Exhale. We're going to go to the back now. So this is strengthening the back body. Inhale, arms coming up front. Exhale, hands by your hips as you tip forward. Now again, you can leave your foot on the ground or you can start lifting it up. And seeing how far down you can go, you can use your chair to hold on to. Inhale, coming up. If this is not hard enough, you can make it harder by leaving your arms in front. You could also have them side. Try to drop that hip. So this is really strengthening all the muscles around the knees, the hips, the feet, the ankles, and just going side to side, your choice. I like to move the arms because it feels good on my neck, which is my tight area. So I always like to move my arms, but that's your choice. You can also bring the arms side, you might have better balance. Doing around 6 rounds, 4 to 6 rounds. Just Let's go into our last one. Really try to stand on that foot and don't add the second one to the last moment. You might find if you've got a knee problem, like this is my hard side, my right knee, so you'll be a little bit more wobbly on that side. You just keep working it and you do your best. Pay attention. Use your mind to find the stability where your muscles don't have it. Just draw your attention like a laser right in there and focus your mind on it. All right, so let's do some forward bends for those knees. I'm going to bring my left leg forward. You can start with your easy side. In yoga therapy, we often start with the easy side and then go to the hard side. And I'm going to show with a chair because you might be a little less flexible today if you've been relaxing a bit during the holiday, not moving quite as much. So just find your forward bend. If you prefer, you can bring your hands to the floor. You can also use blocks. So just find where it's going to be today. You're going to inhale, bring your arms up, and exhale, stretch way forward. This is also great for the lower back. Working one side at a time, and you might feel some stretch in the lower back of the leg that's back. Just inhale up, exhale forward. Just keep that going. This is one of my favorite poses because it stretches your legs so nicely. It stretches your lower back and it lengthens the whole spine. So much of our life we're kind of hunched over. Now, when you inhale, if you can move your arms first in line with your ears, come up, great. Now, if this is bothering your neck and shoulders, I'm going to give you some options. You can bring the arms side. That's going to be a lot easier. You can bend that front knee if your hamstrings are quite tight with the chair or just on the leg. And just finishing up. And then the last one, we're going to stay in the position and breathe. Now in this position, especially if you have a chair here, inhale, press the hands down on the chair and look up. Exhale, forward bend. This gets into the whole spine. Inhale, very good if you tend to hunch over in your upper back. Give some kyphosis. Really press those hands down and look up and exhale, forward bend. Staying around 6 breaths. Maybe you just want to stay in the pose. When you're ready, you're going to step back. I'm doing a chair down dog. You can come just to standing if you prefer. If you've got a chair, you can use this chair down dog or full downward facing dog if you know that pose. And again, in this position, inhale, look up. This is upper back, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, look down. This is going more into the lower back. Bend those knees. You'll feel the lower back stretch, as well as stretching those shoulders. Inhale, so the whole spine. Inhale, up. A little upward dog, not a full one. Exhale, back. This is targeted, targeting the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Pretty hard to get into. The lower back tends to like to take over. It's much more mobile than the upper back. Just finishing up your last one. Bring your right foot forward. Find your pose, what it's going to be. Front knee bent, front leg straight, using the floor, using blocks, using the chair, your choice, and then find your standing position. If you get dizzy when you're going up and down, Also using the chair can be really helpful. So for those of you with blood pressure issues, having the head higher than the heart can be helpful. Usually with medication, that's not an issue, but just keep that in mind. I know some of you have that concern. Inhale, arms coming up, chin coming in. Exhale, stretching way forward with the upper back as the belly draws in from the pelvic floor down. Inhale, stretch those arms long, moving the arms in line with the ears and then the whole back. Exhale forward. If this is not working for you, get rid of the weight of those arms and use them at the sides. You can bend that front knee. I'm just showing some modifications. Or you can just slide the hands down the leg. And just finishing up your last one, whatever version you've chosen. And just staying in this pose. You're going to do a dynamic movement. Inhale, looking up. Press the hands down. Get into the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, forward bend. Just keep this going. I'm always amazed how much we can do in a short period of time. And I do try to practice daily on my own at some point. My shortest practice is normally 30 minutes, 15 if it's just a meditation. I don't have time for more than that. But amazing what you can do, even in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And having done, I'm sure, at least 6 of those, you're just going to either just stay in the pose and breathe here. Or you can step back right away to your downward facing dog at the chair or on the floor. So I'm going to use the chair. Sometimes I put a mat on the chair, it can be a nice cushion. Now this time, if you do have the chair, you're going to hold the sides of the chair and go to an upward facing dog at the chair. Now lift away from the chair and draw your hips through and exhale, coming back. Now you can do this on the floor, of course. You can just do a cat-cow. If this is too much for your body, just do a cat-cow. Exhale back. So I'm going to show a modification. Cat-cow at the chair. You can also do this on the floor. Inhale, looking up. I'm going to bend my knees. Exhale, stretching the spine, pressing down. So sometimes upward facing dog, down dog is quite hard on the wrists. Chair makes it definitely better. And this can feel really good for the lower back if you have a compressed lower back, as well as upper back for that matter. I'm going to show the down dog, up dog again. And just staying in this pose and resting here. Bend the knees as you exhale, decompressing the back and even under the armpits. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, bend. This is also working on the knees, tracking the knees over those second toes. Inhale, helping with synovial fluid reuptake through the movement of the knees. Some of you will go into a forward bend from here. If this is too much, come to standing. You can bend your knees, you can have your feet together or hip width apart. I like to hold my calves. You can hold your big toes with your first two peace fingers. Or you can just put your hands in front or beside you. It's a semi-inversion, head lower than the heart. This change of blood flow puts us into a relaxation response. Down regulating the nervous system. When you're ready, bend those knees. Gradually come up halfway. Inhale. Exhale, stay. It's particularly important for heart issues. Inhale, coming up the rest of the way. You might be a little dizzy. Exhale, finding your Samastiti, even standing pose. And just notice how you feel. Hopefully you feel a bit more in your body. Of course, we're always wandering around in these poor bodies of ours, but our work often is so in the head that we lose the connection with the whole system. There's more and more understanding that the mind is non-localized. It's not just the brain. Nervous system is throughout the whole body. It's just allowing yourself to feel the entire body from the feet, ankles, the legs, hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, neck and shoulders, head. And now down the front body, the head, the throat, the heart, stomach, the pelvis, the thighs, the knees, the shins, the ankles, the arches of the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet. All right. We're just going to end with a meditation. I feel like we've done enough movement. So if you want to sit or lie down, I'm going to lie down and put my feet up this chair, which is a really wonderful thing to do. We don't always get to this part of our 30-minute class, but we seem to be there today. So I'm going to take advantage of it. And if you have a belt, a yoga belt, you can tie it on your thighs so your legs don't go like this if you're externally rotated. Can be comfortable. Just resting here. Maybe remembering that sankalpa, that intention you made for the class. May I be grounded. May I be well. May I be relaxed. Do some long exhales. Inhale. Expand that belly. Exhale, draw it in. Make a ha sound. Mouth open or closed. Maybe add 1 second per exhale, counting in your head. Knowing you can come back to this resting position, maybe at 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon for a little rest. You don't have to fall asleep, but just lying down can be very soothing for the nervous system and help us get back into our bodies. Turning to one side, coming up in your own time to close. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 peace. Namaste, namaskaram. Thank you very much. Acknowledging this land that we're enjoying this practice on. Just make your acknowledgement to the nation that you're on, if that feels appropriate. Thank you. Namaste.